they've had so many shootings in Toronto lately. What can you say to that?
Well, I can say to that we're going to try and get the guns off the streets,
Where are the guns coming from?
Well, 50% are coming from the United States and 50% are being purchased legally here and then trafficked.
Okay.
So we spent quite a bit of time talking about that yesterday. Yes.
How is a mentally crazy person, as this man that just brought down devastation Sunday night with mental illness like that, tell me how he was allowed to get a gun. How is that possible? Where are the checks and balances for that?
The answer to that, there are lots of checks and balances in place, and obviously in this case he probably didn't follow the system and go to fill out the paperwork. But one of the things we said yesterday at our meeting was we're asking the federal government to tighten up for people who have had a history of mental illness or people who've been involved in issues of domestic violence.
But the gun sellers, do they not do a history? Do they not do a check?
The odds are, and I don't know this in this case, but the odds are in this case this gun was not purchased through a gun seller, it was purchased on the black market. And that's why we've talked so much about gun trafficking and how we have to get at that. Because those who are going in to buy a gun in a gun store are filling out the paperwork and they're following the rules, and probably the gun sellers are too. That's not where the problem normally resides. It resides.
It's a black market.
It's a black market, both coming in from the U.S. and here in Canada. So we're very seasoned, but I want you to know we feel as strongly about it as you do. Councillor Fletcher, myself, the other councillors, and that's why we spent a whole day on this yesterday. And
voted for you in my writing. This is your writing. I know that.
I'm just going to go and put a flower down and then I have to go back to the City Hall.
Mayor Tory, may I ask you if the majority of the problem is black market guns, why are you going after legal gun owners, legal guns, ammunition, gun clubs in Toronto?
Well, I think in the case of the City of Toronto and the urban area of the City of Toronto, I ask myself the question, and I think a lot of people in the city are asking themselves the question, why do people need to have guns in the City of Toronto at all? I mean, police officers have them, we understand that. Brinks truck drivers have them, we understand that. But I think that the rules today, I acknowledge, allow other people to have handguns, and we're now posing the question, given the number of those that get stolen or end up in the wrong place, and given that people buy them legally and then in some cases traffic them, is it going to be better off for us not to have handguns in the City of Toronto so that they can't be trafficked, they can't be stolen because they're not here? And so that's the question I think we have to grapple with here. And the fundamental one is why do people need to have guns in the City of Toronto?
Mayor Tory, we can get a illegal gun in the space of 1 hour, as I understand it, from law enforcement. Taking guns away from legal, law-abiding gun owners, I don't see how that would address this problem.
Well, part of the discussion we're going to have is about how to make sure, first and foremost, you deal with the lawbreakers and the people who are trafficking. And you notice a good deal of my own emphasis yesterday was on trafficking and traffickers, because that's who we have to go after first. But I think, to me, the question of whether we could have a city without guns, I think we could live quite well without them in the City of Toronto, legal or illegal. We could just live without them, and that's all that was being said yesterday by a lot of people, including a lot of citizens.
Thank you for your time.